I have had the craziest month. It is 1 month today since I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I'm 27, very young to have breast cancer. A bit of backstory. When my mum was 37, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. 37 is still really young to have breast cancer, and unfortunately she found it really late. I was fortunate enough to have a further 7 years with her, and unfortunately when I was 14 she passed away. This diagnosis has been jarring, to say the least. I always knew that I had a high chance of getting cancer, but I did not expect at 27 for my journey to already start. After my diagnosis, one of the first things that I'd done was jump on YouTube. I simply wanted to see somebody as young as me go through the journey, see how they are now, what their journey looked like. But I came out empty-handed, and I feel like that is really alarming. There's so much support around me and I am so blessed, but I know that there are people out there that don't have as much support as what I have and could be navigating this journey on their own. And I don't want them to be alone. And I hope that this brings somebody some support. It's just been a weird month. And it's only the beginning of my journey. So let's backpedal just a little bit and I'll tell you about my journey so far. My journey started at the beginning of November. I found a lump on my right breast that I had a gut feeling straight away. I was like, oh, this does not feel good. However, at the time I was due for my period, so I told myself, it's just hormonal, don't stress. So 2 weeks passed and I noticed that it wasn't going anywhere. It was still there. So I booked in for a doctor's appointment. Now this is where things moved really fast, but I'm going to say really slow at the same time. They moved fast, but for my liking, not fast enough. So I go to my GP, I tell them what's wrong. Because of my family history with my mum, they take it really seriously. She felt my lump and sent me for an ultrasound. This same day, I had an ultrasound and I had 5 mammograms. She did originally only send me for an ultrasound, but the ultrasound tech referred to her doctor and her doctor requested mammograms. That same afternoon, they asked that I come back on Monday and get a biopsy. This is kind of when I knew that things really weren't good and that I should start preparing myself. After I was told that I needed to come back for a biopsy, the next 3 days were the longest days of my life. I The day after, that Friday, I was a pretty big wreck. It brought up so much of my childhood and teenage trauma that I was pretty much in shock, I would say, simply because I don't want to have the same journey that my mum had. Hers was rough, and I really, really hope that mine's not the same. So I worked the whole weekend. So I worked Saturday and Sunday, which I think was a blessing in disguise because it really distracted me, took my mind off it, and those hours that I was at work, did not think about it. I had too much going on. Come around Monday, first thing in the morning, I go for my biopsy. Absolutely did not feel a thing. So if you ever have to go for a biopsy, I hope it's the same for you. I think because breast is so fatty that I didn't even feel the local that they put in, which was amazing. I had my biopsy. They told me it can take 3 to 5 days to come through. So I booked a doctor's appointment for Thursday afternoon in the hopes it would come through. So 1 week to the day after I went and got my breast checked, I was told that I have breast cancer. Following my doctor's appointment, she referred me to a surgeon and to an oncologist. It took 5 days for my surgeon to call me for an appointment. I meet with my surgeon and he explains a lot of things to me. Explains the type of cancer that they think it is, but also that they aren't 100% sure that it is non-invasive. So invasive cancer means that it has potential to spread or has already spread. So a week after I have this meeting with my surgeon, I am booked in for an MRI. And that pretty much brings me up to speed with where I am now. So I had the MRI 2 days ago, and I meet with my surgeon again next Thursday. It's currently Friday. So when I say it's moving slow, I feel like I am moving at turtle speed. I want this tumor out of me, and I don't know how I'm supposed to simply just live day to day like this isn't happening and my life hasn't just been flipped on its head. But I'm managing to. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm going to try to keep making videos just in case there is anyone out there who is going through this alone. I want you to know that you aren't alone, and there's also so many people going through this. You've got this. I've got this. We don't know what a month's time is going to look like, but we do have today, and you can only live day to day. It is out of your control. It is out of my control. You've just got to go with the flow. Embrace the journey. and try to do it with a smile on your face. That's the least you can do. We're brave. We're big brave girls and boys and boys. We can do this. We can do this. If you have any questions, comment them down below. I will get back to you. I will get back to you. I love you. I'm proud of you. And we're big, strong girls. Mwah, mwah, mwah.